Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrod, and today I am bringing you a succession game of Crusader Kings 2. My partner for this succession game is Haliit of the Sundered Guard. Let's get started. I'm going to be playing as Mali. There's my character. Mansa, Frosty, and Mali. Now let's take some time here to get situated since I just inherited, came onto the crown, and I have no idea what's going on around me. Looks like I'm at war with, let's see, who am I at war with? The Umliads. Let's see. Now they're usually, wow, 11,500 troops. Compared to 2,650 troops for me. Yeah. So I don't want to fight them. But it looks like they're busy up here. But they're going to be a constant pain in the butt with their location. See, this is going to be kind of like when you're playing Abyssinia. You can take all this area over here pretty easily, but then you run into the point where you have to try to get through through Egypt here up the Nile. But over here, looks like the Umayyads are going to be your spoiler. Unless Castile over here, or somebody on this Caspian Peninsula comes together and manages to deliver a few great defeats to them. See, they are less inclined to attack the other Muslim nations around here, but they have no compunction whatsoever about coming down here after a pagan. Alright, let's check out my character. Alright, it's 30 years old. Has a mercantile education. Zealous, just. Overall, it's not a bad character. Although I'd really prefer a diplomacy education for a ruler, but that'll work. Looks like we got a retinue here. It's like a skirmisher retinue. And quite a large amount of territory, but some of them aren't bad. There's Mali there. Looks like Ghana and Mali are my two provinces. Another character with the same name as me, my half-brother. He must have been the spare. Huh. Genius. A little bit of charitable, honest, arbitrary. Overall, it's not too bad of a character. That's high opinion of me. Let's check out Cromlaw. Yeah, since I'm an unreformed pagan, I'm limited to just Gavelkind succession, which is not very good. I'm missing councilman. Alright. This guy has 18 stewardship and wants to become a steward, so that'll become 19 stewardship. That's good. I'm going to research economic tech here in Ghana. Alright. Now let's take a look at the duchies. Alright. Now, do I have a Duke of Ghana? Vassals. And he is deceitful, so he might be a problem. Gao, Zimmerman, and okay, so this is working good. We got the proper allocation. Brother. Check out my titles. Let's see. Layla of Calais. What I'm doing now is I'm basically just checking to make sure that all of the duchies are properly assigned and that everyone's got proper vassalage, because that will reduce the amount of call for rebellions. Alright. Timbuktu. Let's see, he is... Empire Mali, Sultan of Mali, Duchy of Timbuktu. Alright. Let's create that. 200 prestige. I don't have enough prestige. Alright, but I need to create this duchy when I can, and then assign that to my half-brother. That way he'll be happy. Make sure all these vessels are reporting to him. Now, for these guys, I'm not going to try to actively fight this war, I don't think. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do instead is just kind of try to wait out the war score. But I might go ahead and just raise my personal levies. There we go. And then I will send my personal levies, and this guy appeared to siege some of these smaller holdings to force the war to a quicker conclusion while they're still busy up here. So right now I could probably defeat this army if I fought him here. That would be a huge gamble. So I just need to force this war score up as high as I can while they're busy elsewhere. And if I see them start come down after me, I'm just going to do a white piece. Alright. I can call in allies. Yeah, he's too far away to be of any use to me. Guessing that's my wife's father. This is my niece. She's a pretty good character. Let's give her a religious education, since she is a girl and she can't rule anything. Envious. Beautiful cleric. Chase. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, my brother Haliit. I trained her to be a good cleric. Alright, now this one's my son. So I'm going to give him a diplomatic education. See, Ray Eminence. He's a kinslayer, but you don't inherit that through education. You can inherit proud, but that's not such a bad trait for a ruler, so go ahead and have him do that. Now I can press a claim on this little territory here. Well, I could have before I raised my levies, but I don't think it's actually a good idea to try to go for that. Now, I'll pause the game and get started here. Now, I got my spy master up here. Looks like, yeah, he's just causing trouble up there, and fortunately for me, he's keeping an eye on this guy. Now, I'm going to actually put some more eyes up here. He's leading troops. I don't want you leading troops. Okay, let's look for a good combat character here for the center. Seems like the best I got. See, he's a lunatic, so I don't want him in command of an army. And I want to free up my vizier. So I'll put my half-brother on this flank. Now when you're looking to choose a leader, you know, don't just look at, you know, their martial score. Also look at their traits. See, like arbitrary, this will actually give him a bad trait in combat. But genius should counteract it. So you gotta watch for their traits as well as just their plain martial skill. Alright, now this guy here is gonna be my spare heir. So I'm gonna give him a different education. For spares, you don't want to give them a diplomacy education because then they might garner too much support. So I look for religious or mercantile, or, you know, depending on his traits, also a military education. So let's see if I can find somebody in my kingdom. Let's see here. I mean, it's an okay level of education right there, but I want to really take them up to the maximum if I can. Skilled tactician, scholar. See, I don't want them trained by a lunatic. That's a genetic, but still. doesn't look like I have any really good military men in my kingdom, so... Search all. In prison, no. Married, don't care. Ruler, don't care. My religion, yes. My culture, yes. I'm not scourged. So, martial. Brilliant strategist. Okay, this guy here will make a great educator for my child. So his name is Mara. What is his name? Yeah, Mara Daja. Alright. So now. I want you to educate him. Let's see. Let's find him on this list. There he is. And he'll educate him. Good. That'll give me a good military man in my kingdom. Good. They accepted the contract. Now I gotta keep an eye out because there's a very real chance of rebellion, so... Especially since I'm taking my levies off to war and leaving the vassal levies alone. Okay. I gotta deal with that. Let's see, no plots. Stop trying to plot to take my lands. And give it patronage. Good. He agreed. See, now this army up here is growing. It's going where? Algiers. Alright. See, now I got an army coming down here. They're not fighting me directly. I have to keep an eye on them. This is desert terrain over here, so I don't really get much in the way of defensive bonuses. And I'm now the just. And they're going over there at this moment. So I'm going to pull back here. And I'm not going to be able to defeat that enemy, so I'm going to offer a white peace. And I actually get a little bit of prestige. Good. Alright, I survived that invasion this time. But they're going to be a continuous problem for me, so I'm going to have to find some way to deal with them. For the time being here, I'm going to try just to appease them. Send my vizier up there. Dismiss my levies. All I have left here is... There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to look at, see what kind of improvements. I'm not going to bother with this right now. Let's see here. Yeah, his army is not as large, but it's still big enough to give me trouble. 4,284 men. Plus he's probably a higher tech level, so... Good. Castle fortifications, training rooms. Let's see. Barracks I had 45 men. Stables I had 35. Daughters of age. Actually, I think that was my niece. This one would add 60 plus 15. Go ahead and build this. Oh, good. Not sure if I want to commit that much right now. I want to keep some reserve. Castle walls are always built. That's one of my favorite upgrades to build because it actually improves just about everything about the building. So now let's check out Mali. There we go. For 73 gold, increases the levy size by 2.5%, income by 0.2%, and fort level by 0.5%, so that's definitely a good investment. City's doing okay, it's doing its own thing there. Yeah. Nothing really needed over here. Of course, 700 gold to add another holding. Kind of annoys me about this one little county sitting right there, but I'm not in position to really do anything about it right now. Even though just my little retinue here would be enough to take it. They only got 376 men in their garrison. See, this is what I was afraid of. Alright, now raise all my troops. This is actually a sneaky little stunt, because by raising all of my men like this, it reduces the amount of men that the rebels can take. Mamadou's gonna lead the center. I will take this flank. Now I need to put somebody else on the other flank. Yeah. This guy here doesn't like me very much since he's a Russian. Different religion and everything. But he's the next best commander I have, so he's going to end up holding this flank over here for me. Quite sure how this is going to turn out here. Looks like I'm winning. Oh no, see my morale's dropping a lot, so I'm actually losing that battle. Good. This is the problem with playing a pagan is you always have these stability problems. We'll raise troops up here. See, also they're going to be a little bit annoying because while I've kind of centralized, well, I guess they're beginning to gather their forces together now too. Yeah, I'm going to just disband these guys because they're isolated. So they'd just be easy pickings on free war score. Okay. Now slow sieging through these holdings here. I can assault, but like the tooltip says there, I take a lot of losses and I can't really afford that much. I don't outnumber the enemy by a whole heck of a lot. And besides right now, since they're the aggressors, it's beholden of them to come and get me. Ah, knocked one in the net. So they got two armies, each about half my size. So morale's dropping pretty quickly for the defenders, even though their numbers are staying pretty consistent. So I've almost sieged through this. This is a one-holded county, so I don't have to worry about any follow-up sieges. Then I'm going to go try to relieve my other forces. Good. Alright, I'm already up to 45% more score. I'm going to go down here and try to relieve them. I don't think I'll make it in time before that castle falls, but... Sure, let's improve the economy. That sounds good to me. Very good. Keep training those troops. So I'm going to need them. Daughter's been born. And she's sickly. Which, as of a couple of patches ago, just about all children born will be either sickly or ill at the start. So it doesn't really mean that much. And I fulfilled my ambition to have a daughter. Let's choose another ambition. Let's see. Yeah, let's improve my diplomacy. That will help with these problems I'm having with rebellions. So now he's going to hightail it out of there. I don't blame him. Wow. Look at this guy up here. So he's attacking Timbuktu. Assault through this pretty quickly and get it over with. Alright. Yeah, I'll find her someone nice. She desires to get married. I can marry her to my son. They're cousins, so it's not technically incest. This one will make a good combo for her. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that army there. It's too big for me to fight directly. Can't assault them. But the only thing I can do is go over here, hire some mercenaries, try to entice them to attack me. Get him to come over here and fight me, then I might be able to defeat him. But I won't be able to defeat him if I go after him. Come down here. Siege through this holding. See, now I've lost all that land to Umliad because of this silly rebellion. See, I try to do that to the AI will just peace out. But for some reason, that doesn't actually work when it's my territories that are rebelling. Since I don't have to worry about that army anymore, I'm going to go ahead and disband the mercenaries. I'm going to take care of this army over here. Hey, didn't I arrange her a medic? Oh. Fine, just marry that guy. Don't know who it is, don't really care. So I just swore I set up the wedding arrangement for her already. I'm gonna be chasing them around. Well, thank you so much for costing us all these territories. Basically just lost Timbuktu to them because of that silly rebellion. This is interesting. They're rebelling over there. Now, if they take that, those rebels take that province. Is it bigger than a chicken? Well, I don't see why I need to worry about his opinion very much. He's already got 89, so I'll take the prestige. So I'll be busy. So now I'm in a not as strong. Well, Timbuktu here is not very prosperous duchy, but still that represents lost land. See, and this is all Umayyad now, which is going to make keeping them in check even more difficult because they're going to want a bigger piece of me. All because of that silly rebellion which had no chance. Let's check the contentment of my vassals. Okay. Daughter born to my family. What's even more frustrating about that is all my vassals have very high opinion of me. Well, she's been in my prison for 12 years. She's 16 now. I gained 1 diplomacy. That's good. Fulfilled that ambition. Let's choose another one. Let's go ahead and amass some wealth. I'm gonna need it here. As I continue to build things up. See, the Umliads are going to be a real problem for me. Unless they can start losing to somebody else. I can't take them on directly with that 11,000 troops. Actually, probably more than that now. Yeah, he's up to 16,000. And more free prestige. For the time being, let's take a look through my to get married, so he's 80. So I don't think I'm gonna bother trying to get him married off. I don't think it'll work anymore anyway. The only possible spouse I have is the 80-year-old Marshal. I'll agree to it. Make them both happy, so what the heck. Guess she don't like it in any. Alright. That's going to be the end of this episode. Thanks very much for watching.